Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, everyone between or otherwise, for your patience. We are moving right on in to the first matchup of Thin Ice versus PKS. Will Thin Ice be able to freeze PKS out, or will we say PKS bring home the gold?
And it looks like the POVs that we have is Denji on Seeker versus Tux on Seeker. This is going to be an intense battle, knowing how crazy Denji can fly sometimes, but also looking at how direct Tux can just get right to the snitch.
That's true there, and beyond simply the Seeker battle, Team PumkinSnatch's capabilities on the Chaser core is proven with Cardi, the star chaser for PumkinSnatch's team. Puts in the first 10 points there. We are at 0 to 10 at 6 minutes and 15 seconds on this clock, and currently it looks as if Denji, for Thin Ice, is leading by a small margin on this snitch race. Currently,
I think Denji's leading just a little bit, because as Tux was going in on the opposite side, he ended up getting a huge kick by the keeper when he was throwing the quaffle out to about mid-pitch. So I'm curious to see if Thin Ice is going to be more aggressive towards Tux, as he's looking like he's getting back on top at 50%.
Back on top at 50%, but Denji currently enclosing on that 75%. Meanwhile, Dake Blueby for Thin Ice currently in possession of the quaffle, trying to tactically move their way on downfield and present a challenge for this Seeker core, as Flyerish, an incredible beater out on the pitch, is keeping the pressure tall on Alpha Tux here, who has taken a few knocks and is losing ground on this snitch. This battle of Seeker play is about to close out as we encroach on the 5-minute mark. Cardi once more in possession, looking to potentially get another goal on here for the Snitch Insurance. Denji with the 100% on the Seeker meter, whips around Alpha Tux's bump there, trying to go in for the Snitch. Will they be able to get it? 100%, 20 to 10. Denji with the first capture of the match, bringing the score to a 10-point disparity here at 4 minutes, 45 seconds left.
First of all, for how good our chasers are, I just want to put out, for almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, only one quaffle has been scored this entire game.
It is incredible to see, especially with the likes of Shoni and Cardi and Neo. These are incredible chasers out there who have showcased time and time again that they've been able to weave past even the strongest of defensive lines. But Thin Ice has not only kept them out, but right there with an incredible shot from Cheese and Queso, puts in a goal on PumkinSnatch herself, securing a 30 to 10 lead.
And it looks like Denji lands a beautiful bump there to take advantage on the snitch meter here. He's getting a little bit swamped by PumkinSnatch's team here, so looks like they're going to need to play a little bit more offensively in order to keep Denji off that snitch.
Denji keeping very close to the snitch there and ensuring that his lines are clean. The closer he gets on that snitch, the faster that meter builds. But Tux weaves on around the enemy Seeker and gets closer and closer themselves. Both of these Seekers not wishing to concede a single bump to one another. But as I say that, it looks like Tux has been taking a few hits, most likely by Flyerish, who is keeping up that incredible pressure and interference on the Seeker, which is what you need to do when facing off against such a powerhouse on almost every single role. That is Tux there. Tux unfortunately missing a bump as Denji peels ahead on this snitch race by a small margin, less than 5%. It is neck and neck.
This is such a close snitch game. This is anybody's contender. And it looks like Tux lands a big bump there, just creating a little bit of separation in the snitch meter.
That little bit may just be able to tie this match. We are closing it on the 95%, moving on towards 98, 99. 100% on this snitch. Oh, Tux went in for an early bump there. Has the potential to capture, and does! We are at a 30-30 tied game at 2 minutes, 11 seconds left on this clock. Neither team wishes to concede.
This is one of the most exciting games of Quidditch I have ever watched, Virtual. 2 minutes left on the clock. It's a tie game. Both Chaser game and Seeker game are extremely competitive, but a beautiful goal there by Dake Blueby, making it 40-30 by way of thin ice. PumkinSnatch is going to need to do something big here in order to keep momentum, in order to keep the lead.
This is a series-defining matchup. Cardi once more tying the game. This is an incredible even match we have between these two teams. Will we see us moving on towards overtime, as we are currently at 40-40, 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock, and the Seeker race is leaning ever so slightly over to Alpha Tux.
All I know is when Alpha Tux looked behind him, I saw 3 of Thin Ice flying right behind him as Thin Ice lands another hit on Tux. I think both the strats on the teams here are to keep their Seekers away from catching that snitch and to just win by a quaffle. Maybe they're trying to win by 20 here.
Oh, I think you were absolutely right to say that we are in for the most intense and exciting match to date in this season, as we see the previous champions of the last 2 seasons fend off against the current #1 team. If Thin Ice manages to turn this around, then they manage to knock Team PumkinSnatch down on the roster board. But Team PumkinSnatch has only suffered 1 loss to date. We may yet be able to see them turn this back around. We are 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh! Tux secures the capture there, bringing the score in the last 18 seconds to 40-60. Team PumkinSnatch squeaking ahead there and may yet secure this lead. Both Seekers have left the snitch race to their own devices as we are in the last 5 seconds. It does look like we are going to end this match here at 40-60.
That was an incredible first game. Couldn't tell even by the first 5 minutes who was going to be ahead, who had the momentum. It kept swinging back and forth from Thin Ice back to PumkinSnatch, back to Thin Ice, back to PumkinSnatch. Those snitch races were so close. And the Chaser game from both Dake Blueby, Cheese and Queso, but also Shoney and Cardi is absolutely incredible to watch.
As we are moving right on in to this second match between these incredible teams, will we see Thin Ice take it back in this next match, or will Team PumkinSnatch be able to beat back the competition and snatch the victory here today in this second matchup? All I know, dear audience, is that we are going to see some incredible plays, and neither team will concede without a fight. And they are off.
If I'm wrong, Virtual, I think we see a roster adjustment for Thin Ice. I think we see Yukio Takeda in for Cheese and Queso, and a beautiful goal from them right off the kickoff. Not even 15 seconds in, and it's already 10-0 in favor of Thin Ice.
Incredible play. Yukio Takeda having taken a backline position for the majority of this season, if I'm not mistaken. Seeing him come off the bench and immediately put another goal in, demonstrating the impeccable nature that is Yukio's skill as such a versatile player in seasons past. And now, to date, Yukio once more in possession, as we see here. Once more, Denji and Tux flying their way down the pitch, with Tux currently enjoying a marginal lead on the snitch race at 6 minutes in. An incredible kick out there from PumkinSnatch, sending it on over to Shoney. Shoney looking for an opening to try and weave past, maybe pass it on over to Cardi. No, puts it in. We are at a tied game once more. These two teams, absolutely incredible to behold in just how even and level they are with their skills on the pitch.
And And not only that, just within 90 seconds of this game too, you can tell how hungry each one of these teams is. PumkinSnatch just wants to put Thin Ice out, have a 2-game match, but Thin Ice with a beautiful goal from Dake Blueby. Beautiful assist by Count. They just want to actively see that game 3. They need to see that game 3 in order to make sure that they're making it to Newts.
They really do, and you can see that whilst the pressure is on, they are doing their best to keep their cool. Alpha Tux currently leading by a margin, as it looks like Team PumkinSnatch has learned to try and keep the pressure over on Denji. But Denji looking for those openings, trying to weave in and out, gets what looked to have been a missed bump there as Tux swings back in and secures the capture to increase their lead, bringing what was once a 10-point deficit to a 10-point lead there at 20 to 34 minutes and 35 seconds. Cardi immediately demonstrating their chaser capabilities, putting in another 10 points, 20-40.
Just like we were saying earlier, Virtual, Thin Ice had a lot of momentum right off the first kickoff, and now PumkinSnatch has a lot of momentum after the second kickoff. So I'm curious to see how this is going to unfold for the rest of the match. With PumkinSnatch in the lead by 20 points, if Tux catches this, that puts them up by 40 points, which is a huge, huge lead for Thin Ice to try and come back from.
It's a huge lead indeed, but if I know Thin Ice, they are not out yet. If anything, this may galvanize their potential in the running, with Alpha Tux currently in the lead on this snitch, but pressure is on. It looks like Macoon, ever the beast beater that he is, currently putting in the work to keep Denji at bay. And we do see, as Flourish is trying very hard to send bludgers over on Tux's way, Macoon is interfering with that at every juncture, summoning the bludger, trying to get on top of it, even sending it towards Flourish to interfere with the beater capability. This is excellent work being demonstrated today by the beater of Team PumkinSnatch, one that cannot be matched unless they simply bring it back home. Thin Ice behind both on Chaser and on Seeker game. They are going to need to turn this around in the next 2 minutes 50 seconds.
Looks like Tux lands a bump on Denji there. And a beautiful goal from Cardi, making the score PumkinSnatch 50, Thin Ice 20 with about 2:35 left on the clock. This is starting to look more and more separated. If PumkinSnatch catches this, that means the score's going to be 70 to 20. Thin Ice is going to have a lot of ground to make up within the last 2 minutes here.
Denji, though, is covering quite a bit of ground, currently in the lead on this snitch, but one bump may change this. Currently doing everything in their power to guide the snitch, shepherd the snitch back over to their home goals to try and get this. And odds! 40 to 50! Denji potentially turning the match around with a brilliant snitch capture at 2 minutes 6 seconds left on the clock, bringing the score to only a 10-point deficit. Thin Ice may be able to get themselves off the back foot and back online with this. It is a potential turnaround. These teams are so well matched today. Cardi saying, no, you have gotten that snitch, but I am going to do everything in my power to put these goals in to cover that snitch insurance. There's just enough time for a final snitch in this before we move into a potential overtime. I am wanting to see a match 3. Keep up the work, Thin Ice.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. Oh, and it looks like Tux is one shot. Thin Ice is going to need to land a shot right now on Tux in order to make this even close for consideration.
Oh!
And they do! Denji lands the bump of a lifetime up against Tux. Thin Ice is on the advantage, and a beautiful goal by Yukio Takeda. 1 minute and 5 seconds left, and we're looking closer and closer to a game 3 than ever before.
Denji is going to need to keep their cool here in order to secure this. A brilliant dodge out of the way of Alpha Tux's bump there. 50 seconds left on the clock. Yukio putting in that goal, bringing them to a 10-point deficit. If they capture this snitch, they take home the lead.
PumkinSnatch landing a huge kick on Denji, but Denji's got such a lead, I don't know if that's really gonna matter. They really just need to keep Denji safe, and I think this might be a secure catch for Thin Ice here. As the snitch is going around the corner, it's dropping down, Denji's gonna look 100%, and he's...
PumkinSnatch coming in for the kick, gets the kick, interferes, will that be able to keep them up? No, it doesn't, Denji captures the snitch! At 14 seconds left on the board, Thin Ice peels ahead. Will Team PumkinSnatch be able to put in a final second quaffle goal in order to move this towards overtime? Or do we see this in the last 5 seconds? Thin Ice with an incredible turnaround. No, we're moving into overtime.
Shoney with a beautiful goal, making the score 70-70 in overtime. The next score is just gonna grab the W. Who's it gonna be?
This is perhaps the most intense match I have seen to date here at Lee Saban. Oh! Thin Ice still secures the win!
As Dake Blueby with a beautiful shot, sending this match to Game 3. I think the roster adjustment and the intensity on the Chaser game actively made that happen for Thin Ice. Beautiful adjustments, grand playing. This is an intense game of Quidditch today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you could not ask for a better transition into a match 3. That was absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness. This next game within the match series is going to determine the winner of today's matchup between Thin Ice and Team PumkinSnatch, and it looks like we are moving right back on in to match 3 between these two incredible teams, these two even opponents over at Weasley Borough Cloudy. Are you ready, Seawoods?
I am so ready for this. Oh, and it looks like we might be missing somebody. I don't know if we saw everybody load in properly.
Oh
but
dear.
For a make or break game, oh yeah, it looks like PumkinSnatch is missing one of their chasers.
Unfortunate. It does look like they are setting in bloody hells, but the rest of the team doesn't seem to be backing on out. Maybe they're trying to load them in mid-game?
Maybe. This might be a disadvantage for Pumpkin. I don't know. I guess we're playing in the make or break game. And there we go. Neo is finally joined the game, it looks like. But Dave Blueby with a phenomenal goal, making this 10-0 Thin Ice.
And it looks like Neo is right back on in there. Unfortunately, Team PumkinSnatch having conceded the first goal on over to Thin Ice at before the 45-second mark. Will they be able to return fire? They do. Looks like with the return of Neo also comes the return of the firepower, as I Am Shoney puts in 10 points. We are currently at a tied game at 6 minutes left on this clock.
For a winner-makes-all game, I don't think we could ask for a better matchup within the first minute. The Seeker game looks pretty even. Tux is in the lead, maybe by just a little bit. Both Chaser games are looking great. Shoney and Dake putting in a goal. This is going to be a really close one.
Looks like Alpha Tux is doing everything in their power to keep this wide lead actually there. Almost 20-25% ahead of Denji. It looks like Team PumkinSnatch has restructured and rethought their general approach to this match. They're keeping everyone off of Alpha Tux and keeping everyone on top of Denji here. Alpha Tux getting close to that 100% mark, swinging around home goals. It looks like it's an almost assured capture here, unless there's a bump. Oh, a beautiful interfering tackle there by way of Thin Ice, but not enough yet to get a secure hit there. Oh, Alpha Tux with a bump coming over towards enemy goals, takes a hit. Cardi puts in 20 or puts in another 10 points, and currently Alpha Tux is getting knocked ahead by multiple players. Denji may be able to keep up with this lead. Oh, Alpha Tux goes down and Denji captures the snitch. An incredible turnaround.
Just as you were saying, Virtual, PumkinSnatch might have restructured their team, but as we just saw, Thin Ice might have exactly done the same thing. Just waiting for the opportune moment to actively pounce right on top of Tux, and that gives Denji the opportunity to catch the snitch, making it 30-20 with 4:20 left on the clock.
This is some impeccable teamwork we're seeing from both sides of the pitch. Flyrish coming on in with the pressure where necessary. The constant pressure that we're seeing on the Chaser Core from Dake Blueby, Yukio Takeda, and Shintatsu just working together not only to put goals on in as we saw there, but to also keep the interfering pressure on top of this Seeker battle as Alpha Tux is doing everything to try and keep on top, but is still getting hit there and then by these players. You don't want to let off any gas, don't want to allow yourself to rest on your laurels as Dake Blueby puts in another 10 points there, getting some snitch insurance even as Tux pulls ahead. We're at 50-20 at 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on this clock.
And with that score threshold, now that means PumkinSnatch needs to get one goal and catch the snitch just to make this overtime. As if Thin Ice can play some great defense here, maybe separate Tux a little bit more, or maybe even separate Shoni from the goals a little bit, I think they... As I say that, and Cardi puts up a beautiful goal for PumkinSnatch, now putting this within contendership. We can maybe see PumkinSnatch grab the snitch here and see a tie game.
It is quite possible and ever more possible as Alpha Tux is closing in on this snitch with over 75% on their snitch meter, dodges a speeding bludger, weaving around the enemy beater and interference chaser here as you see them peeling around. Alpha Tux taking a very careful position as it weaves around the enemy's goals. Denji looking to make up the difference in that snitch meter, but trailing behind. Will they be able to turn this back around as they did last time? Oh, Denji keeping away from an enemy attack there from their chasers. Alpha Tux smartly shepherding the snitch back on over to the home side, trying to bring that back to a 100%, but we've seen in the past that Team PumkinSnatch has lost the snitch, even with the advantage that comes with Alpha Tux. Cardi putting in another 10 points. If Tux grabs the snitch here, then that is a lead. Oh, another bump there, sending them off the snitch there. Will Denji be able to take advantage of this? Oh, a beautiful pump. Oh, but it isn't hit. Alpha Tux taking the knocks, taking the interference. Alpha Tux may be cracking under the pressure. Neo tying this match at 50-50. Oh, but Tenchi, I think, goes down.
As we're seeing Thin Ice actively play out their strategy a little bit more offensively on Tux. But I think this is going to be the opportunity that PumkinSnatch needs in order to catch the snitch. Tux is just sitting at 100%, waiting for the opportunity to go in and grab it.
And
he does, making the score 70-50 on terms of PumkinSnatch. Thin Ice has got 20 points to gain just to go to overtime in the last 80 seconds of this game.
I don't know if there's enough time for a third and final snitch before potential overtime. They're going to need to rely solely on their chaser core here to bring them back into this running. Otherwise, Team PumkinSnatch will have secured this third and final match.
As we see Makun takes out Yukio Takeda, that means Thin Ice is down one more chaser. And wow, some phenomenal aggressive beater play from Makun in the last 40-50 seconds.
What an incredible turnout we have here, with Tux currently in the lead at nearly 50% on the snitch. Denji seeming to take pressure and cracking under the pressure. The Thin Ice caving in beneath his feet as Team PumkinSnatch beats their bat like wings against the wings. Will we see them take the win here and snatch victory in the last 18 seconds? Oh, a beautiful shot from Shoni there. It's looking more and more like they are shutting out this game. Team PumkinSnatch has won this third match series in 3, 2, 1. What?
Some beautiful Quidditch played today by PumkinSnatch and Thin Ice. We could not tell which way the momentum was going to swing, especially when it came to Game 3, whether it would have been Thin Ice or PumkinSnatch. But as we see, the chaser game and the beater game being a little bit more aggressive leaned in PumkinSnatch's favor today in Game 3.
Oh, what an incredible series there. Team PumkinSnatch has brought home the victory there. What an incredible game we have seen today.
Yeah.